All right, let's go to the NFL now and talk about some games that I would bet right now here on Sending In. 4 NFL games, currently the lines that I've bet. We'll start with the first one, which isn't going to be any fun. I'll take the under 55 points in Lions and Rams on Sunday. I mean, this line is the same as what Cowboys and Lions were. And the Rams have a much better defense than the Cowboys do. And I think the Lions having the extra prep time going on a Thursday, defense should be a little bit better than it has been the last couple games against Dallas and against Green Bay. Just a lot of points. Another part of this too, Dan Campbell, who we know loves to go for it. In that Cowboys game, he really never had to make any of those big decisions. You know, when he sent the field goal unit out, it was an obvious time to kick a field goal. He never had any of those opportunities where most teams and most coaches would have kicked, where he would have gone for it. I think you're going to see that against the Rams on Sunday, and if they miss those, that could certainly help our under. So under 55 for Lions and Rams. I'm going to take the Ravens minus 2.5 against the Bengals on Sunday. The Ravens have lost 2 straight divisional games at home, but they go on the road. And the Ravens this season, and really the last few years, I like them way better. I like betting them way better on the road than I do at home. Tough, brutal loss against the Steelers. But you know what? They turned the ball over against Cincinnati in that Thanksgiving game 5 times. Lamar did finally look a little bit better against the Steelers. They got to run the football. Joe Burrow normally torches the Ravens as well, so maybe look at the over in this game at 52.5. I think it's going to be another high-scoring affair. But I think getting the Ravens under 3, I think they win this game. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be a one-score game, but I think the Ravens win probably by about 3 or 4 points. The way the AFC North has been going, as soon as we think we know what's going to happen in this division, as soon as people are kind of backing one team, the other thing happens, right? So now after that Steelers win yesterday, people kind of think the Ravens are cooked. So watch the Ravens win, watch the Steelers lose, and then both teams are back at 7-7. Massive game in the AFC East between the Bills and the Patriots. Buffalo minus 115 on the money line against New England. The Patriots obviously won the first matchup between these two teams. New England will be off a bye week in this game. Buffalo, this is a pick'em. It's a big game. Even if the Patriots lose this game, they can still go on and win the division and still get the 1 seed potentially as well. I just trust the Bills in this type of game, right? Patriots are having a great season, but we're starting to get the time of the year where you rely on the experience and the teams that have been there and teams that know how to win these type of games. The Patriots' schedule, as we all know, has been very favorable up to this point. It's been very easy. This is going to be a tough game seeing the Bills for the second time, so I'll take Buffalo at minus 115 against the Patriots. And then finally, I'll take the Indianapolis Colts plus 11.5 against the Seahawks. This line to me, I just think is a little bit too inflated. Daniel Jones, we know, out for the year with the Achilles injury. It's going to be Riley Leonard for the Colts. But guys, do you remember a couple weeks ago when Seattle was 11.5 point favorite against Minnesota with Max Brosmer? Now they're giving us the same line with the weapons that the Colts have on offense. I mean, they got Jonathan Taylor, they got Tyler Warren, they got Pittman. And I think all things considered, Leonard coming into that game, he did some pretty decent things. Now you give him a full week to prep, ready to go. Colts are obviously going to be in desperation mode. You guys know I love fading Seattle when they're at home, especially getting a big number. So I'll take the Colts here plus the points. Seattle's also got a big look-ahead game coming up next Thursday against the LA Rams. So I'll take the Colts plus 11.5 against Seattle. All right, let's talk about these college football playoff opening games that we have. The first round matchups. And we'll start with that Bama-Oklahoma game on Friday night. As I was telling you guys, I like Bama in the game. Now, maybe you want to hold off and wait to bet this game because there is a possibility, according to some of the meteorologists, that we could get a snow game. And for Alabama, both of these teams' offenses are no good, but especially for Alabama, who really can't run the ball, that could be problematic. It feels like, and nobody really tells you ever to tease college football, does feel like Oklahoma plus 7.5 is a good teaser leg, though. This is probably going to be a 1st to 20 kind of game. It's going to be super low scoring. Both offenses are struggling. Both defenses are playing really well. So Oklahoma in a teaser, teasing them all the way up to plus 7.5, probably a good idea against Alabama, although I do like Bama to win the game. They're the better team. They should have won that first meeting in Tuscaloosa, lost the turnover battle by 3, and they outgained Oklahoma by 200 yards. And you guys know I love fading public perception. And what's the perception around Alabama right now? A lot of people don't think they should have been in. Everybody thinks this team sucks. They played Georgia, who's one of the best teams in the country. It's hard to beat a Kirby Smart team twice in one season. Bama was dealing with a bunch of injuries in that game. But I think a fresh start, getting a couple weeks off, and facing an Oklahoma team that they lost to the first time, going to help them out big time. So I like Bama in that game against Oklahoma. A&M Miami's a tough one, man. A&M favored by 3.5. Total in the game is 51.5. I do really like this Miami team. I like them a lot on both lines of scrimmage. Their offense has been playing really well as of late. It's just Carson Beck, you know? It's just Carson Beck on the road in that kind of environment. It just feels like he's more so going to make a mistake than he's going to make a big play for Miami. So if I had to bet it, I'd lean A&M minus 3.5. I'm really hoping we get a 3 in that game, but I think A&M on the money line, probably the way to go against the Canes. Tulane and Ole Miss, a rematch of the game we had earlier on in the season. I actually think Tulane can hang around in this game a little bit in the first half, maybe the third quarter. And then I think we get to the fourth quarter, Ole Miss starts to pull away a little bit. Their offense is just too good. Chambliss is a really good quarterback. But Tulane can play. You know, Jake Retzloff has had a really good year. Summerall's a good coach. Their defense shut down the #1 offense in college football in North Texas on Friday. So it's not like they haven't faced a great offense. And they saw this Ole Miss team earlier on in the season. I think Ole Miss is going to come out with a ton of energy with all the naysayers and no Kiffin and playing in front of their home crowd. But I think Tulane withstands all of that, and they could keep it close. Maybe look at them first quarter, first half bet. And then Oregon and JMU, I'm looking at a JMU team total under. It's going to be tough for the Dukes to score in that environment against that defense on the road. It's just going to be really tough. They're a running football team, but going up against Oregon and those big boys that they have up front on that defensive line, I think it's going to be tough sledding. So JMU, team total under, probably how I would attack that game against Oregon.